Ivory Coast has been rocked by a military coup as soldiers took control of key government buildings in Abidjan, the country's economic capital. President Alassane Ouattara's whereabouts remain unknown amid reports of gunfire and communication blackouts. The coup comes months before scheduled elections, raising fears of political instability in the region. The African Union, United Nations, and international partners have condemned the takeover and called for a peaceful return to constitutional order. Former Congo Prime Minister sentenced to life imprisonment. The former Prime Minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Matata Ponyo Mapon, has been sentenced to life imprisonment by a Congolese court. He was found guilty of corruption charges, including embezzlement and abuse of office during his time in government. The ruling marks a significant move in the country's ongoing efforts to tackle high-level corruption and improve governance. Supporters of Ponyo have criticized the trial as politically motivated, while government officials insist it reflects a commitment to accountability. Suicide bombing. Targets bus in Pakistan, dozens injured. A devastating suicide bombing struck a passenger bus in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, killing at least 10 people and injuring over 30 others. The bus was traveling near the town of Peshawar when the attacker detonated explosives. Authorities have blamed a local militant group for the attack, which has heightened security concerns amid ongoing counter-terrorism operations. The Pakistani government condemned the bombing and vowed to bring the perpetrators to justice. England becomes first country to roll out routine gonorrhoea vaccine. England is leading a global health milestone by becoming the first country to introduce a routine gonorrhoea vaccination program. The National Health Service, NHS, has launched this program targeting adolescents and young adults, aiming to curb the rising cases of gonorrhoea, a common and often drug-resistant sexually transmitted infection. The vaccine, developed after years of research, is expected to significantly reduce infection rates and tackle antibiotic resistance. Public health officials have hailed this move as a breakthrough in sexual health management. Trump confronts South African President over land reform policies. In a surprising Oval Office meeting, former U.S. President Donald Trump accused South African President Cyril Ramaphosa of white persecution related to the nation's controversial land reform program. This initiative aims to redistribute land to historically marginalized black South Africans, but has sparked international debate. South African officials emphasize the program's goal of justice and reconciliation, condemning inflammatory rhetoric. The incident has heightened diplomatic tensions and reignited global conversations about race, reparations, and equity. Palestine faces intensifying conflict amid humanitarian challenges. The humanitarian crisis in Palestine deepens as violence escalates in Gaza and the West Bank. Israeli military actions and militant responses have led to significant civilian casualties and displacement. Access to food, medicine, and essential supplies remains critically limited due to blockades and ongoing hostilities. Recently, China delivered emergency humanitarian aid to Gaza, highlighting the international community's concern. The United Nations and other organizations continue to call for ceasefire talks and urgent relief efforts. China pledges $500 million to World Health Organization for global health. Initiatives. China has announced a $500 million pledge to the World Health Organization over the next 5 years, positioning itself as the organization's largest state donor. This funding is aimed at strengthening global health systems, disease prevention, and emergency preparedness worldwide, not exclusively for COVID-19. Vice Premier Liu Guozhong stated the pledge reflects China's commitment to multilateralism and global solidarity in health governance. This donation comes as the WHO seeks increased resources to tackle ongoing and emerging health challenges globally. Breaking news: Sudan's civil war escalates. Amid humanitarian crisis, Sudan's civil war has entered its third year, intensifying with significant developments. The Sudanese Armed Forces, SAF, have declared full control over the Greater Khartoum region, including the capital, Khartoum, and its twin cities, Omdurman and Bahri. This marks a pivotal shift in the conflict, which began in April 2023 between the SAF and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF. Despite these gains, the RSF continues to control parts of Darfur and other regions, leading to ongoing clashes and instability. The humanitarian situation remains dire, with over 13 million people displaced and nearly half of the population facing acute hunger. The conflict has resulted in tens of thousands of deaths and widespread atrocities, including mass rapes and ethnically driven killings, particularly in Darfur. International organizations have condemned these actions as war crimes and crimes against humanity. In a significant political development, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, the leader of the SF, appointed Kamil al-Tayyib Idris as the first prime minister since the war began. Idris, a legal expert and former UN Law Commission member, is tasked with forming a transitional government. This move is seen as an attempt to restore civilian governance and stability to the country. The conflict has also drawn in regional powers, with Sudan accusing the United Arab Emirates of supporting the RSF with drone strikes on Port Sudan, a critical Red Sea port. The UAE has denied these allegations, leading to a diplomatic rift between the two nations. As the war continues, the international community faces challenges in providing humanitarian aid due to ongoing violence and logistical obstacles. Efforts to broker peace have so far been unsuccessful, leaving Sudan in a prolonged state of conflict and uncertainty. Additional global updates: India-Pakistan. Tensions persist along the Kashmir border, with renewed skirmishes and stalled peace. Talks raising concerns about regional stability. United Kingdom. Inflation-driven strikes disrupt public services including transport, health, and education as the government navigates ongoing economic challenges. United States. Political divisions deepen ahead of the 2026 midterms, with voting rights and racial justice dominating national debates amid ongoing protests. Thank you for watching this comprehensive global news update. Comment below if you want deeper coverage on any story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for daily news updates.